The morning sun struggles through Georgetown's narrow streets as Sarah Martinez turns into the familiar parking lot. Something immediately feels wrong. Carl Cooper's car sits where it shouldn't be. The night manager should have been gone hours ago. Inside, the lights still burn. Fresh pastries wait behind the counter. Music plays softly through speakers, creating an eerily normal scene that masks unspeakable horror. Sarah calls out for Katie, her voice echoing through the empty space. The shift schedule shows 3 employees worked the previous night. Katie Mahoney, 24, the dedicated night manager, Aaron Goodrich, barely 18, and Emery Evans, 25. All young, all full of promise. Her footsteps grow heavier as she approaches the back room. The door creaks open. The scream that escapes her lips shatters Georgetown's morning calm. 3 bodies. 3 young lives destroyed. Katie still clutches her keys, dying while trying to protect something precious. Detective James Trainum surveys the carnage with practiced eyes. 6 shell casings from a .380 semi-automatic scatter the floor. 3 slugs from a .38 revolver, 1 buried in the ceiling above the safe. 2 guns. This wasn't random. Katie's body tells a story of targeted violence. 5 gunshot wounds suggest personal hatred rather than simple robbery. Trainum theorizes about domestic violence, ex-boyfriends, crimes of passion. But as evidence mounts, every assumption crumbles. The timeline reveals chilling precision. At 9:15 p.m., customers saw Aaron and Emery cleaning inside, doors locked. By 9:30 p.m., separate groups found the door mysteriously unlocked, the store empty but mid-cleanup. Somewhere in those 15 minutes, evil walked through that door. Special Agent Brad Garrett joins the hunt, bringing federal resources to what's becoming a nightmare. The crime scene screams organization. No security cameras captured anything. The alarm system remained untouched. And the front door was carefully locked after the murders. Garrett's assessment proves chilling. Whoever committed these murders had killed before and would kill again. Months crawl by. Former employees with grudges get interrogated. Drug dealers with store access face scrutiny. Every lead turns cold. The families demand answers that don't exist. Then September 27th, 1997 arrives with an anonymous phone call that changes everything. An anonymous voice whispers through the phone lines to Metro Homicide, revealing that 2 people were involved. The caller describes one suspect as Carl, a thin man in his mid-20s with brown skin who lives on Gallatin Street with his mother, wife, and child driving a blue car. The line goes dead, leaving the investigator with his first real lead. Carl Derek Cooper emerges from the shadows. Age 28, his criminal record spans armed robbery and suspected murder. His partner in a previous robbery was found shot dead. Cooper remained the prime suspect, though charges never materialized. Now he becomes the primary target. Agent Garrett orchestrates an elaborate surveillance operation that would make Hollywood jealous. Trap and trace devices monitor Cooper's phone lines. Undercover agents disguise themselves as telephone repairmen. Hidden cameras capture every visitor to Cooper's house. The investigation reveals Cooper's criminal network. A barber serving as his lieutenant, a crack dealer providing muscle, and most importantly, Cooper's wife illegally purchasing weapons using fake identification. Garrett's team interviews Cooper's former girlfriend in a Pennsylvania prison. She details robbery after robbery, always following the same pattern. Cooper carrying 2 guns, always prepared to kill anyone who doesn't comply instantly. Her revelation sends chills through the task force as she describes how Cooper shot a cop in Hyattsville. an off-duty officer in the park, without even knowing until he saw it on the news. Knowing they're being hunted, Cooper and his crew grow paranoid. Garrett's team launches psychological operations, visiting Cooper's mother-in-law, asking about a 9mm handgun his wife purchased illegally. Within minutes, Cooper's pager explodes with 911 emergency codes. Frantic phone calls flood between family members. Cooper's wife breaks down hysterically, consumed by terror that police will arrest her for the illegal gun purchase. Convinced that Carl has done something terrible with the weapon. When Cooper's wife finally surrenders the 9mm, ballistics tests reveal it was used to shoot the Maryland police officer. Not connected to the Georgetown murders, but proof of Cooper's violent pattern. The FBI flips the crack dealer, wiring him to approach Cooper's barber accomplice. In whispered conversations caught on tape, the barber reveals his knowledge that Carl committed the murders, explaining how Cooper had called him the night before wanting him to participate, but never called back before the killings occurred. Armed with this confession, agents arrest the barber. Terrified and facing conspiracy charges, he agrees to wear a wire for one final meeting with Cooper. The setup requires meticulous planning. FBI technicians wire the barber with state-of-the-art recording equipment, testing and retesting every component. The meeting location gets surveilled for days in advance. Backup agents position themselves within striking distance, but far enough away to avoid detection by Cooper's paranoid instincts. The barber's hands shake as he approaches Cooper's usual hangout spot. His heart pounds so loudly he fears the recording equipment will pick up nothing but his terror. Cooper appears calm on the surface, but his eyes dart constantly, scanning for threats that might not exist. As the conversation unfolds, Cooper's carefully constructed facade begins cracking under pressure. The investigation has worn him down, made him sloppy. His usual control slips away as frustration builds. The recorded conversation captures Cooper's transformation from calculating criminal mastermind to desperate, cornered animal. Cooper's rage explodes without warning. He threatens to kill Agent Garrett and Detective Trainum, describing in chilling detail how he plans to hunt them down. He brags about following Garrett through the streets undetected, revealing an obsession with the federal agent that borders on psychotic fixation. The barber maintains his composure despite Cooper's escalating threats, knowing that every word is being captured by the hidden recording devices. Cooper's admissions pile up like evidence in a prosecutor's dream case. Garrett realizes the endgame has arrived. Cooper gets arrested for the Maryland shooting, but he knows the Georgetown charges are coming. Desperate to control his narrative, he demands a polygraph test. He fails spectacularly. Cornered and facing life in prison, Cooper finally breaks. In 3 separate confessions, each more detailed than the last, he reveals the truth about that July night. He had been watching the coffee shop for weeks. No cameras, good money, easy target. He called his barber accomplice but decided at the last minute to work alone. At 9:20 p.m., as Katie, Aaron, and Emery finished their closing routine, Cooper walked through that unlocked door carrying his signature 2 guns. It was supposed to be simple. Get the money. Get out. Nobody gets hurt. But Katie tried to run when he fired the warning shot into the ceiling. Cooper's carefully controlled plan shattered in an instant of panic and rage. He gunned down all 3 employees. Katie took 5 bullets. Aaron and Emery died trying to save her. He left with nothing. 3 young lives destroyed for absolutely nothing. February 2000. The federal courthouse in Washington, D.C. falls silent as Judge Patricia Williams reads the verdict. Carl Derek Cooper stands motionless, shackled, as 48 charges echo through the courtroom like gunshots. 3 counts of murder in the first degree, armed robbery, racketeering, leading a criminal enterprise, conspiracy, weapons violations. In the gallery, Katie Mahoney's parents clutch each other. Her mother hasn't slept properly in over 2 years. Aaron Goodrich's father stares ahead, fighting back tears. Emery Evans' sister whispers prayers. Cooper's plea deal saves him from the electric chair. But the alternative fits perfectly. Life in prison without possibility of parole. No appeals, no second chances, no hope of freedom. Detective Trainum watches from the back as Cooper disappears in chains. After 2.5 years of sleepless nights and psychological warfare, justice prevails. But victory feels hollow measured against 3 young lives. Agent Garrett reflects on the investigation that consumed his existence. The surveillance, wiretaps, and psychological manipulation finally broke Cooper's facade. Professional satisfaction can never restore what was lost that July night. As the courtroom empties, the judge's final words condemning Cooper to spend the rest of his natural life in federal prison without mercy linger in the air. 3 families finally have justice, but the price was impossibly high. The Georgetown coffee shop stands today as a reminder that evil can strike anywhere, anytime. But it also represents the dedication of law enforcement officers who never surrender, who chase justice through surveillance and psychological warfare. Katie Mahoney, Aaron Goodrich, and Emery Evans didn't die in vain. Their killer will never see freedom again. In Georgetown, the coffee still flows, the community endures, and 3 young spirits rest in peace.